Well, welcome to day 2 of the Biba Conference and episode 3 of Biba Fever, sponsored by LV. As you can see, the sun is shining and there are a few sore heads, weary eyes and tired legs as the brokers and insurers make their way into the Excel Arena to be greeted by the welcoming aroma of coffee and bacon sandwiches. So what can you expect from episode 3? Well, Insurance Age senior reporter Andy Pierce is raring to go with his Man vs Biba, Andy vs Food challenge. And with Aviva reviving the general accident brand this week and Group Armour absent from Biba 2013, we asked delegates what insurance brands they'd like to see reborn in time for Biba 2014. We are still on the hunt for Eric, but to start with, we interviewed John O'Rourke, the LV General Insurance Managing Director, to find out what he thought of the conference so far and to see whether he has got Biba Fever.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Denton, editor of Post Magazine, and I'm here today at the Biba Conference at the LV stand with LV General Insurance Managing Director John O'Rourke. Hi John, how's your day going so far?
Pretty good so far. I mean, we're into the end of the first morning. The place is absolutely buzzing. If anybody told you there's a recession going on out there, you just have to look around here, you wouldn't believe it. There's a really mood of optimism, doing lots of business and a very upbeat mood.
Fantastic. And why is LV here today?
Well, I think it is the place to be. I mean, it's the ultimate sort of informal networking event for insurers and brokers. If you're not here, you basically don't exist. I think it's a great opportunity to hang out with brokers, talk about business, but there's no hard sell. You know, you have a drink and then you possibly have another drink and, you know, just kind of talk about football and music and wine and whatever you want to talk about. So it's a great place to be.
How competitive are you with other managing directors and chief executives when it comes to getting quality brokers on your stand?
Well, I don't know. I read something, there was kind of a rundown in one of the trade magazines about the runners and riders, and he described LV as not taking themselves too seriously. And that's what, you know, that's what we do for a living. We don't take ourselves seriously. So we're not really competitive, actually. I think, you know, we've got some great people working for LV. We've got a brilliant team. And, you know, we just make ourselves available rather than compete.
Okay, and on the lighter side, obviously there is a little bit of free-flowing alcohol today. Has anyone ever not made it to the second day of Biba from the LV crew?
Well, one of the most important recruitment criteria for LV people is stamina. So I don't think I'm aware of anybody not making it to the next day. It's kind of it's a mark of honour that you have to get up for breakfast.
Fantastic.
But we do our bit for the kind of social side.
And you've obviously done a few Biba conferences in your time. What's the funniest thing you think you've ever seen at the conference?
Well, one of the funniest things, there was I didn't actually see it, but it's kind of a fairly well-known story within LV, is one of our guys lost his wallet in a certain nighttime establishment and had to tell his wife that he'd been mugged to avoid the story getting out. Unfortunately, when he got back to his hotel room, he found his wallet there in the hotel room all along. So, you know, these are the kind of things that happen at Biba.
They are. Yeah. I'm led to believe that the LV team all have a Biba barnet, and you all had your hair specially cut for the conference. Is that true? And when did you have your hair cut?
I heard about that, actually, but in my case, I actually had a bit added because I didn't have quite enough. So I've had some hair extensions put in for Biba.
Fantastic. And finally, just on to the news of this week, obviously Aviva has relaunched General Accident. Is there a brand that you'd like to see brought back from your days that you enjoyed and you think the market would like to have back again?
Well, firstly, I'd like to congratulate Aviva because I think that is actually a great move. I think bringing back GA is just a fantastic thing to do, and, you know, still got Commercial Union and other brands even they could bring back. In LV we have one actually which is Frizzell Insurance, which has still got quite a very strong heritage awareness, and we've thought over the years of maybe doing more with that, and who knows, we might do going forward.
Well, you heard it here first. That's all from us here at the LV stand. Thank you very much, John.
It's a pleasure.
I wouldn't describe it as heavy, I'd describe it as fantastic. I had the privilege of attending Café de Paris in the centre of London, just off Piccadilly, as a guest of Aegeus, and the hospitality, the entertainment, the networking, the business chat and the social fun were tremendous.
Sounds a bit sad, but it was a very busy day and just done the 1 hour workout in a local gym and just won in a hotel.
Well, last night Biba ran their Guilty Pleasures night. We had 400 brokers in the Fox just outside XL. There was rockyoke, so you had a whole rock band. You were doing the singing with your whole band there, so I was Freddie Mercury for the night, doing Don't Stop Me Now with all the Biba girls there as my backing singers, which was absolutely fantastic. And we went on dancing girls, guys, disco, until about midnight when the police shut it down. But that's a different story that I could never tell the press.
It was a very good night. We simply stepped off the stand from here, went straight out, met up with some of the brokers that we'd already arranged to see, straight over for an entertaining evening, had some nice refreshments, a very pleasant meal, and then not too late, thankfully, because we're back on the stand this morning and trying to look fresh-faced and a bit lively.
Well, I had quite a good evening, actually. Little Johns were hosting a nice little reception, so I went and joined them down there, which was quite nice. Unfortunately, when I got home, some Russian chap decided to hack into my Yahoo account, and I was up until 12 o'clock last night changing all my parameters. So, you know, guys, watch the Russians.
Well, I'm here with the Insurance Age senior reporter, Andy Pearce, who's about to undertake the challenge of his life, Man versus Biba. Andy, how are you feeling?
Hungry.
Hungry. So did you go out last night?
A few beers just to loosen up the stomach.
And I'm going to give you half an hour now to run around Biba, eat and drink as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And you can't be sick. As soon as you're sick, the challenge stops.
Yeah,
Are
agreed.
you up for it?
100%.
Right, your time begins now.
Feeling strong.
Is this a serious thing, Man versus Biba?
Yeah, this is serious. A very serious journalism.
Okay.
Jelly bean number one. We're now approaching the business end of the challenge. Be back in a minute. Feel invigorated. Time for more. Yeah. How much I can eat in half an hour. This is very apt. Keep cool. Have this as well. You're spoiling me. You're spoiling me. After all that hard work, it's time for a beer.
Your time is up. How was it for you?
There were some real highs and some real lows during that food voyage. But overall, it was a massive experience that I've learned a lot from.
And would you say Man has beaten Biba? Man has beaten food?
Without a doubt. Yeah, without doubt. I mean, I think Biba, at the end of today, no matter how successful the conference is, it'll be walking home with its tail between its legs.
Was there any point during that whole time you felt like things were getting a bit difficult?
That point where I had to take an impromptu pit stop, that was very difficult, you know. I thought I might never emerge from the cubicle, but I did, and I fought on. And I think that's why Man won today and Biba lost.
Are you sure I can't tempt you with another bacon sandwich?
Well, if you're asking.
So the best freebie I've seen is there's a little owl, little fluffy owl, which is quite cute. So I can't remember the name of the stand it's from, but yeah, it's very, very cute.
The best freebie I've had so far today has got to be my free RSA pin. It's a magnificent item, and I would recommend any fashionista to adopt it.
It's this one. It's from Marcus Study. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it is this one.
Without doubt, the free meal at the top of the gherkin.
Probably the Zurich one, because I got a lovely notebook from them.
I think as a rugby fan, it would be being with Allianz with the rugby players and the chance to have your photograph taken and talk to them.
The best freebie I've seen today is the Arag coffee cup. It's been given away. It's good.
Dolly mixes in the sweet shop from some financial company.
I'd say a smoothie. The Harris Balcom little yellow rubber duck, I like those.